Hi guys, PJ here, and today we're back with another PC video looking at settings and options and quite a few graphics tests on Rime. I was requested to do this game the day it launched. I've been pretty busy, so sorry, a couple of days delay there. The reason I've had a couple of people request it is because people are worried about the actual security on the game. Denuvo. Denuvo has lots of calls back to make sure that the game isn't cracked or hacked, and as such does have an impact on performance. Now the developers say that that is minimal impact, tiny, but I don't know, we shall see. Some people I know have been complaining of stuttering and stuff, so I thought we'd jump straight in and see what's cracking off here. I know it's all over the Steam community forums and everything. We'll see. So anyway, first time I've booted the game up. It is installed on a Samsung SSD. The operating system is Windows 10 Pro. That is installed on an Intel SSD. This computer is a FX 8350 at 4.2, an R9 290X 4GB, and 16GB of main RAM at 1833. So we shouldn't have any delays on loading or introducing textures, etc. like that with it being installed on an SSD. I did note that the loading times were quite long on it, even though it's installed on an SSD. So let's have a look. Let's go straight into settings. First one we've got here is control. Now obviously we've got keyboard here, gamepad, Xbox One gamepad there, I guess. Oh, hold on a minute. No, let me get that right. This is interesting, isn't it? Now I've got an Xbox One controller and a DS4 I'll plug in and try. This looks like it's very well set up for Steam controller as well. So leave it on keyboard mouse for now. Go back, it's your standard keys, there's not many of them, so it's a pretty straightforward game. We'll leave graphics because that'll take a bit longer. Just music and sound, so guys, you're in stereo, any surround sound systems are going to waste on this game. Another one, sadly. Never mind, I'm sure it's a very good game. It looks a bit Nintendo-y to me, if anything, a bit, a bit like that. Let's have a look. So graphics, this is the basic graphics menu. My preset is high. Oh, there is an ultra. What does ultra alter? Well, ultra alters your anti-aliasing, nothing else. Okay. Medium drops down quite a few bits. Look. So high, you got those, and then we go medium to texture quality and shadow qualities. I will run an on-screen display so you can see how much VRAM everything's using on these settings. There's low, anti-aliasing off. My word, that'll be fun, wouldn't it? We'll start right at the top on the Ultra one. And we'll just have a quick look at what Advanced says before I go in game. Resolution scale. Oh, very nice. So you can sort of do a super sampling with that one then. That's going to be quite intensive on your GPU, so unless you've got a GPU that can handle it, just leave that as it is, as it recommends, and see how you go with it. If you've got headroom, then yeah, try it. Frame rate auto. Oh, we have locks now. This is nice. I like this. 3060. Only goes up to 60. Never mind. That's fine. I'll leave it on auto. We will test that out as well. Filtering, obviously 16 being the max. 842. Trilinear, no bilinear. Okay. Bloom, yes. Depth of field, yes. Motion blur, yeah, stick that on. Water tessellation, yep, stick that on. And screen space reflections are very high. Okay. Screen space reflections and water tessellations are going to be pretty intensive. So if you do struggle a little bit and you want to keep it on, its maximum level, turn them to off first before you go dropping down from the top setting. To probably do the job for you. So we'll just apply those. So spacebar. Did that work? Guess so. Right. So we're on custom and it's maxed. There is no higher setting lot. That's literally low, medium, high on all these, not low, high. Done that one. Triple buffering, double buffering off. Let's go all the way up. TXAA, what we got there? Off. FXAA, TXAA, SSAA being the max. full screen, windowed, borderless. I'll go back to full screen. Obviously whichever display you're running it on, your brightness and your res, that'll go up to whatever your card supports. So a lot of people use 1080. It'll go up to 3200, be 1800 for myself. It's greyed out now, look. And all the way down to, what do we go down to? Right down. That was 800 by 600. We're going below that. 640 by 480. Wow, you should be able to run this on anything. Looking at that. Let's go back up to 1080. Don't worry, guys. We'll try and push it higher shortly. But a lot of people game in 1080, so that's where we'll start. Okay, so that is everything. And let's get into game and see how long it takes to load into game. The menu, like I say, took a while, so let's have a see. So new game. Okay. Reminds me of Zelda-y type stuff, this does. You know, that type of game. Well, it's certainly kicked my fan profile in. It's an air-cooled computer that I'm running this on, not a water-cooled computer. And it has kicked the fan profile right up. Surprised you can't hear it on mic. I think we've got a wind turbine suddenly arrive in the room. The joys of AMD. Okay. Well, that's nice looking, isn't it? I like these sort of graphics sometimes. Everybody goes for the very realistic stuff nowadays. And it's nice to see this sort of cartoon, shall we say? Semi, isn't it? Semi-cartoon. Okay, so what do we play? A seagull or a dead boy? Joke. It's early yet. Bad joke. Okay, get up. I have no idea what you're meant to do on this, by the way, but if it's one of them that looks interesting, I will certainly do a review gameplay video on this. Because like I say, I've had I think about 3 different people ask me to cover this game. So, you know, for a small-time YouTuber like myself, it's obviously perked interest. Okay, well I'm not detecting any judder or anything. Nice and smooth. Should we have a look at what VRAM this is using on Max and what FPS we're running at? There we go, bottom right hand corner, guys. We've got 3.1 gigabytes of VRAM and FPS. What? Really? 17.6. So, when a friend of mine was telling me he wasn't happy with the performance on a GTX 1070, and he reckoned it was because of Denuvo doing all of its security calls, it's like 10 million every second or something, security calls. Bearing in mind, you know, draw calls are in the billions, but you know what, he could be right. You would not expect a game looking like this to be taxing at all, and that is no detriment to the art style or the developers. That is not a taxing looking game. So obviously it's unplayable at that sort of frame rate. It didn't look bad when I spun it round, but well, there it is, plain to see. Okay, I am surprised. The good news is, you guys with the GTX 970 can keep this game under 3.5 gigabytes of VRAM, so you're not going to bottleneck your card and slow it right down by using the extra memory, the extra 500 meg. Okay, we're going to have to drop settings down, guys, and for a game like this, that shouldn't be happening at all. So let's go into some options. Okay, so can we do this in game? Let's really hope so. Graphics. Whew. Well, the game recommended high when I first loaded it. It set it to high, so let's do that. Let's apply that, which we've now done. It's altered the anti-aliasing, as you can see. Okay, 43 frames per second just by altering the anti-aliasing. Anti-aliasing isn't normally a heavy hit. Well, that is much more fluid, I must admit. How bizarre. Well, that's the first game I've ever seen give a massive performance boost just by dropping anti-aliasing down one tab, and I can't actually see the difference. There's no jaggies in this type of art style much anyway, unless you're in really low res. Very strange. Let's have a quick look into those options, shall we? Graphics. If we go advanced and see if it's dropped anything else. It's dropped motion blur. Screen space reflections have dropped to high. Oh, and anisotropic filtering has dropped to 4. So if we try and lock this at 30, bump everything up a bit, yeah? Screen space reflection to very high, anisotropic to 8. Apply. So, yeah, you got locked to 30 there. You're at sort of console spec speed of movement and smoothness of movement. And before you ask, no, I'm sorry, I don't know what frame rate the consoles are running at on this particular game. I know the 30, whether or not they can actually stick to 30, I don't know. I will try and find out an update on my gameplay video if I do one. Can we swim? Yes, we can. Okay, so that's locked to 30. Now if you want it locked to 60 at 1080, let's have a quick go. I know PC gamers love their 60 frames per second. What am I doing, guys? I've gone completely mad here. Advanced. There we go. Let's go 60. Let's drop the screen space reflections to medium. I like water tessellation. It makes the water look nice. It's going to be a heavy hit though, isn't it? It says slight performance. It's normally heavy tessellation. Okay, let's leave that one on. Bloom. Let's drop anisotropic filtering right down. We are trying to hit 60 frames per second here, guys, so bear that in mind. And back. Let's go graphics. We're on custom. Let's have a check. No. Still 47 frames per second. Let's try some of these presets. So we got graphics. Let's go medium. Yeek. So we go. There's medium. 57 frames per second. This art style does lend well to dropping the settings down. I mean, that still looks a nice presentable game. This is why Nintendo get away with using, shall we say, not quite cutting edge. You know, their hardware is never super powerful, but their games always look absolutely fantastic, and most of it is down to their art style. That is 54 frames per second. VRAM usage, 2.5 gigabytes of VRAM at medium. So if you've got a 2 gigabyte card, you're either going to have to drop your res or drop your settings down. Let's drop it down one more and see if we can get it under 2 gigabytes for everybody. There we go. Settings, graphics. Low. And low gives you everything low. Keeps water tessellation on though. That's interesting. Okay. Apply. This is low. Yeah, the sand doesn't look the same anymore, does it? 2.5 gigabytes of VRAM. So anybody with a 2 gigabyte card, you're certainly going to have to drop your resolution down on this. We have got a lock 60 frames per second now though. I'm thinking people are right when they're saying Denuvo security protection is putting an extra strain on the CPU with this game. It's calls to check the game is legit are certainly I would assume, impeding my version of it here. You know, hard to tell because it's not as if you could remove it and try it. You know. Okay, I think I'd be tempted to whack this up and run it at like a locked 30. Let's just see what we can get this down to, guys. I'm going to drop the res right down, see if we can cater for 2GB card owners. Graphics. Let's go down to either 900p, which is like an Xbox setting, or 720p maybe. Let's go 720. Go all the way down. 1280 by 720. Everything on low. Okay. Ooh, we got chunky writing. Check that out. I'm going to do a reload because I don't think it's actually done everything. There's no way that's running 2.5GB of VRAM. So I'll just quickly do a wonderful miracle edit there. Hold on. Yeah, that's more like it. 1.7GB running at the minute. So let's just load back into game. Make sure it doesn't go up. No way of skipping this. This is like the loading in bit. So if you've got a 2GB card, face value it looks like you can actually play this, which is nice. Minimum requirements say you should be able to play it, so you know, that's one thing. To check your minimum requirements accurately, just have a look on the Steam page before you buy it. It's nice to check in game just to make sure. Yeah, that's staying below 2 gig. Okay. We'll just quickly try some controllers when we get him up. Nice to know a bit of a background story, wouldn't it? You got this person washed up on a beach here. How did he get there? Maybe the game tells you that story, I don't know. Not shipwrecked or anything. Okay, so we are in game and it is below 2GB VRAM. This is good. Okay, let's switch on an Xbox controller and see if it seamlessly switches between the two. Yes, it does. No problem there. Okay. Let's get a DS4 PlayStation controller and see if that works. I'm going to go direct connection for this because I've had a bit of trouble lately with PlayStation controllers actually working. In. Computer's recognised it. I got the little ding-a-ling that it does. And there we go, natively. Oh, that's nice. I have had a lot of trouble lately with the DS's running. So if you want to use your PlayStation controller, you can. No problem at all. Nice to know. Well done, developers. Top marks. Although personally, I prefer using the Xbox controller if I'm going to use one, but some people prefer this. That's fair enough. Each to their own, isn't it? However, if you're going to be elite, you're going to be using that keyboard mouse. Bit of a Stone Age view now, isn't it? Everybody runs the PCs on big 40, 50, 60 inch TVs and stuff. Or nice dedicated monitor, etc. Options are yours. So anyway, no problem. DS4. And switches natively back to mouse keyboard, which is where I'd play this game. But there you go. It's up to the individual. Okay, so we've checked controllers. We're going to go the extreme opposite now. See what this game will tank to if we really push it. Let's see what it does. Bearing in mind a lot of the PC tests I've been doing over the last few days, we've had no problem running them at 4K. You know, we ran, what was it? Surge, Vanquish, I think it was even Prey we ran at 4K. No problem. this game will be hilarious, and I do think this Denuvo might be to blame. We'll see. Okay, so we're not. If we put this on medium, where's the icon gone? There we go. Medium 4K, because we're not going to be worried too much about anti-aliasing at 4K downsample to 1080 on my monitor, so I'll turn that off. VSync, leave on double, and then if you go, if I can find the little, there we go. 2 times anisotropic, yeah, that's, let's go with those. I'd like to turn screen space reflections up a bit, but this is a very high res to be running. A game that doesn't appear to run too well at. Okay, 4K medium settings, we have 32 frames per second, 33, 37, yeah, it's over 30. It's weird, it seems to be that anti-aliasing that's dead taxing on this. Yeah, you can play that, lock it down to 30 using the in-game setting. Play it at 4K. Okay, so if we go and do exactly that, let's lock it to 30, and we're going to go, no we're not, we won't go to advanced, why not? Oh, strange. We'll go to 30. This is weird. We have a menu option glitch, or it locks you out from doing anything when you're at this res. Different. Okay. I'm not sure about pushing those up any further. No, it won't push it up any further. It's actually, so we got low. No, hang on, there's a problem here with the menu. Look, let's switch to controller a minute just so I can sort this out. Medium, there we go. Okay guys, on mouse keyboard at this res there's clearly a problem, a glitch, because we can't access the arrows on the right hand side of the menu. One for the developers to sort out. Come on guys, we've paid our money, we want it fixing please. We'll keep it on high because this is obviously taxing, yeah. And we also want to lock the frame rate. 30, there we go, apply. Oh, we got the correct prompts, check that out, we've got PlayStation prompts at the bottom, that's nice to know. So apply that, back, frame rate 29.9, 30, which is correct, that is 30 frames per second. So there you go, 4K, looking really nice. Proof yet again that 4K really isn't too difficult to do on modern games. Let's have a look underwater, see if it, let's jump. Yeah, 30 locked. You'd probably think this game was designed around a 30 frames per second limit. Shadow edges are a bit fluffy, but still you are running, you know, very high resolution. 4K being slightly different, it depends on your card actual resolution. My resolution may differ from yours slightly. It's quite a nice looking game. The art style's good. Like I say, big time Zelda vibe, you know. Like I say, I don't know how you play this. Hang on, there's a vine there. Yes, climb. So, what we've assumed from this video is controllers, yeah, no problem, seamless, work fine. Graphics, yep, no problem. You're not going to struggle on a 2GB VRAM card. You guys do the GTX 970s, you can keep it under 3.5GB at very high settings. Brilliant, no problem. VRAM usage at 4K on medium settings is under 3GB. We're at 2,823 megabytes. So 3GB card, as long as it's fast enough, yeah, you can do it. You can run it at 4K. So if you want to plug this in your nice 4K TV, go for it. I noticed an FPS drop then. I don't know if it was streaming or 25 frames per second. So screen space reflections we probably would dial back just to make sure it doesn't drop. What the hell have we got here? Some sort of weird... Oh, that was loading. Okay, like I say, I might end up doing a gameplay review on this game. It's certainly different. But that concludes this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and if it was any help at all, please click like on your way out and think about subscribing for more daily video uploads. Thank you, goodbye for now.